Welcome to the Cold One with the Boys podcast, where we bring you new content creators
every week.
There you go.
Hey,
we did it.
I remembered. You used to pause for a minute. I was like, what are we doing here? And then I was like, oh, yeah, every week, dude.
We are your hosts, Sen and Nathan.
Hello.
Wow, you sound so soft-spoken today.
Well, I mean, I just got done peeing out a stone, so it didn't feel too good.
That sucks. It's also disgusting.
It is pretty disgusting. The kidney stones are a disgusting thing. It like woke me up out of my sleep at like 1:30, 1:45 this morning. And I remember walking in circles around my bed because it was the worst pain I'd ever experienced. And I thought it was just gas for a minute.
What?
That's what I thought. Like, I've had bad gas before where, have you ever had bad gas where it's like stomach pains?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine that times like 1,000.
Oh.
So I thought it was that for a minute, but I went and tried to take a fart, and it didn't help.
Take a fart, okay.
Yeah, well, when you try to take a fart, you always got to sit on the toilet because you never know when it's going to go wrong. So that didn't help. So I started, things were running through my head. It was right lower abdomen pain. Felt like somebody just stuck a knife in my stomach. And I was like, oh, God. I was like, I'm afraid it's my appendix getting ready to burst. So I finally woke Anna up. She took me to the ER. And then after 35 minutes of crying while they tried to get me into a bed, like, it was a kidney stone. And then I was just in pain all day long. But,
That sounds horrible.
Good times of getting old, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Things to look forward to.
Anyway, this is episode 53.
53.
It is titled The Gamer Social Network.
Aye.
Our guest is the creator of GameHub, Marvin. We talk about why GameHub needs to exist in today's world, the features of GameHub, and why you should support it.
Absolutely. I think the main reason I'm so behind GameHub at this point after having the interview with him is I'm tired of the political stuff on Twitter. Like, Twitter is where everybody goes nowadays for social media, and like I'm fighting the battle in my mind to start unfollowing people that post political stuff, but I just tend not to look at it, even if it's on my side of the spectrum. Like, I don't want to see it. I want to see other things.
Well, I don't know if they could ever stop that, because, I mean, even if GameHub succeeds, there's going to be people that say political stuff on there.
Yeah, but I'm hoping for better days.
Yeah. Either way, it's looking to be an awesome platform, but just listen to the episode. He'll talk about the features and all that. So it was a good conversation, and it's definitely something we need in today's world. So
absolutely.
All right. Well, let's sit back, relax, and open a cold one.
Yeah. I just wanna crack that door with that boys, yeah. No more baby mamas, no more kids to watch, cause I got babysitters. Now it's time for licking, come on, give it to me, cause it's my escape. Now it's time to annihilate, so my troubles all die away. I'm on a diet, Please do not try this, cause do not invite it. I'm dripping in gold called the Midas. This night I was excited, it got me reignited. I've been waiting so long I can't fight it, but now I'm Mike Tyson inside, I'm on fire. It ain't nothing like a true bro. Brotherhood worth more than a huge blow. We're two hoes, two back.
Now, I mean, we're recording now, but I mean, this is not where he's gonna like start the episode.
I'm gonna start it right here, just because you said that.
You probably will, ballsack.
Right there. There you go. Perfect.
Dude, I feel like ballsack today, so.
What the heck? You guys are both sick?
Yeah, well, I just got done being sick, and I'm pretty sure I made him sick, and so he caught.
You guys
whatever.
do this in the same room, or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. At this point, I mean, actually, this is our third or fourth episode in the same.
Yeah, third,
room.
I think.
Before that, we were in different states, so.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Who moved where?
Well, we're both from Oklahoma, but I lived in Seattle for 2 years, and then I just moved back. So
Yeah, cool. Sweet.
So there it is, as I like to say. But
All right, well, who has to start off? You guys want to ask questions first, or what goes
dude,
on
you
here?
ask us questions. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know what he told you, but this is where you interview us.
This is the interview
I
us
don't know.
segment.
Who knows, man?
But yeah, man. So I guess we'll just introduce. So we have Marvin from GameHub, which is the creator and founder.
What
What's up? What's up?
what is GameHub? Because I tried to do some research, but like I really couldn't figure out. Sin literally looked at me like I was stupid every time I asked him a question. Because I was like,
just now looked at you like you're stupid. Like, really?
Because I was like, so is this like the thing way back in the day where you made an account and it kind of lets you know whenever your friends got online to play different games and you could see what other games they were playing? He's like, no, idiot. That has no social media, anything to it. And I was like, okay, well, apparently I'm lost.
Well, I didn't say it like that. I'm just saying like it has that feature in it, but it's a lot more than that. But I'll let the actual creator explain it.
Yeah,
so.
please shut up and let the man talk.
Yeah, no problem, guys. So I understand we are in the very early stages of startup. It isn't too early. It's been a few months. We have a little bit of development going on, but really we're trying to get the concept and idea out there and seeing what if people like it and seeing if we're on the same page of what the industry wants.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, GameHub is a social network. It is basically what you were saying, where that's going to be a huge part of it. That we want to have it as a cross-platform network, so that no matter what console you play on or stream on, you can see where your friends are playing, what games they're up to, and be able to communicate, share content, and message them no matter where they're gaming and how.
Nice. Just make sure you leave the feature out where people can like turn off what they're playing, because there's some features like that is the most annoying part. Like when you have friends on something, and then like Steam, for example, they turn it off so you can't see if they're on or if they're playing. Like, what the hell is the point of having this anyway? So don't put that feature in there. Just an FYI.
Dude, no,
I always have that one friend you're ghosting, that you need to like
Sin ghosts me all the time.
From,
No, I'm one of those people like okay, this is gonna sound weird, but like sometimes I feel embarrassed playing like Sims 4 or something, because like some of my friends would be like, "Wow, you play Sims 4? What are you, weird?" Like, just I don't know, just I just usually turn it off on what I'm playing just so I can keep people in the mystery.
No, I'll keep that in mind though. We'll make sure we shut that off.
Yeah,
so we can
turn that
always
off.
see
Yeah.
You're playing
Fuck you,
Sims
Sin.
4, or avoid it. Get a whole nother computer just to play it on or something.
I can like always tell because whenever he's like playing Sims, like all of his shit is like set to offline. I'm like, all right, well, he's not there, and then he'll message me and be like, hey, what's up?
Well, I don't have that like on Discord. Discord tracks everything, so that's why I have the Discord one turned off. But Steam, I don't have that turned off. Like you can always see what I'm playing on Steam.
Sure.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So it's super exciting, guys. We got that's just part of it. So we have a lot of like small tools and features that I feel like is gonna like encompass like what GameHub will be and the entire vision of GameHub. So one of the biggest things is that we want like timelines to get rid of the junk that you don't care about as a gamer and kind of make a persona for yourself and your game and your name for however long you've had it.
Right.
And you create like a brand around yourself and or just like what you've been up to in the gaming industry over the years and have like a history of it on your social network for gaming. So that timeline will have just nothing but posts from your favorite personality, whether it's streamers, your friends, and companies that just represent gaming in general, and just kind of keep pushing the industry to a bigger level, so that we can keep making this like the path of the industry grow bigger.
Yeah, because I mean, right now there isn't really. Well, there isn't a gamer social network. I mean, all streamers, from what I can see, use Twitter.
Twitter's a hot mess, by the way. It's kind of annoying
Right. I mean,
to get on.
it's not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's necessarily like gamer friendly.
Right.
In any
No,
way.
no gamer wants like really wants to use Twitter. They just have the tools already available, so they just use it because it's already made.
Right.
Right.
So,
And the thing is, even if GameHub becomes this huge social network for gamers, people are still going to use Twitter because, I mean, as a content creator, you basically want to be everywhere you can be. But
yep.
but yeah, they definitely need something like that because the streaming community, gaming community, all that's on the uprise, especially with games like Fortnite now that just have made gaming so mainstream where every single kid in the world knows what Fortnite is.
Doing the Fortnite dances during
Yeah.
school, like what the hell?
so
Yeah, that's helped. Fortnite is definitely is just such a huge success, and what it's done for the industry is just crazy. So
yeah, it's insane. And you have actual celebrities now with like Ninja. He's hanging out with like NFL football players and gaming with Drake. It's insane that it's all.
with Mark Cuban's birthday party,
What the hell?
last year on
I didn't know about
sometimes,
that.
yeah, they got like a private invite. It was like insane.
Yeah, and then I mean, on the other hand, you see people like celebrities or athletes like I know Nicki Minaj, I know Shaq have both put money into
Overwatch League.
Yeah, the Overwatch League, like into
Oh
teams.
yeah.
So you just see people putting money into it, which is good for me because I'm a gamer, so that's what I enjoy watching. But
Yeah, so hopefully, and the goal, so like that's the one thing about Twitter, right, is that celebrities are also on there. So if gamers want to still update and post, and that's what's drawing them to Twitter, is so that they can talk to more masses that might not be in the gaming community and get them involved.
mhm.
That's one thing that Twitter does that we'll have to find a way that GameHub can do that too, by hopefully getting these celebrities to want to create like a gaming persona themselves,
Mhm.
that they
Right.
can post content and stuff on as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
So this I guess is one question I have, and feel free to tell me to shut up if like you have no idea yet, because you said it's in the beginning stages, so you guys might be looking into a lot of these things. But
Just tell him to shut up because it's fun. Like sometimes I get tired of hearing him talk.
Shut up, man.
Yeah.
no, but like Twitter is just very, very different from Facebook in how they are a social media, like or a social network. Twitter, you can use, what is it, 180 characters?
I think they updated it. I think it's like
It's
240 or something now.
Still too short. But like Facebook, you can write a novel.
That's why Twitter has it that way for people like
Right.
you, so you don't write novels and people have to read it. Because people are like obligated to read that kind of stuff.
Right,
like
right.
if you wrote a novel and you post it on Facebook, like I'm going to end up reading it. Twitter allows me to not have to do that.
We have short attention spans,
Yes.
so we just want to see that quick video, that quick picture, or something that like grabs our attention for a second. So
Yeah. And then like, Twitter has, where you can follow those celebrities or those people that seem unreachable and you can see what they have to say. While on Facebook, yeah, you can follow their fan page or whatever, but you can't really interact with them in any way. On Twitter, you can actually tweet at them, even if they don't care to say anything back. But what's kind of the direction you're taking GameHub in as far as the social network aspect? Like, is it going to be like Discord, like Twitter, like Facebook? Like, what are you guys looking at currently?
So and you guys, if you guys have time to check it out, I have posted a few videos of our prototype that we have designed. That it's basically just a mock-up of what we will envision a site with all of our features to look like.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And yep, and most of that will have. We do want it to have it like a timeline setup. So sharing content, posting videos, things like that will be set like a timeline, just like Twitter and Facebook, not like Instagram.
Mhm.
But and it's I feel like it's going to rival Twitter quite a bit, in the terms of how they handle things. But there's so many complaints with Twitter that I feel like we can improve on for the gaming industry. Like just how many streamers I've heard complain that they can't delete people off their comments if they're posting something that somebody doesn't like.
Right.
Or edit their tweet. They have to delete the tweet completely if they
Yeah.
make one spelling mistake on Twitter. So hopefully, just even those small things gives us enough attention to build this in a way that Twitter handles things, but just focused on the gaming community.
Yeah, that ability to edit is key, because I hate that about Twitter. I'm always
I don't
so careful.
understand.
Yeah, I don't understand either. Like,
It's been
why?
years. Like, why can't they update it?
Do you just want people to mess up? Like, what?
I've seen so many professionals like bosh an entire word, and it was like an important tweet. So
Yeah.
it's just as that word is messed up the entire time for while it's getting spread and retweeted. So
Yeah, or you'll click like on it even with the spelling error, and it'll be like, this tweet no longer exists, and then you see the same tweet later, and you're like, wait, I thought I liked that, and it didn't exist. But
Yep.
yeah, it's really dumb. But
so yeah, and on top of that, for the gamers, specifically the streamers, that's one of the targeted audiences we're going for, is the Twitch community and the people that are more competitive and have, I guess you call them the social gamers, the ones that like to share content, share what they're up to, what they're doing in games. And one of the biggest things that we want is to create a profile page that can aggregate most of this content, so you don't have to go all over the place to see what your favorite gamer is up to. So one of the biggest things, and we know it's possible, and we have the technology to do it, is build it so that wherever you're live on, whether you're live on Facebook, you're live on YouTube, you're live on Twitch or Mixer or Caffeine, your live stream will be displayed not as the main focus, but there being played on your profile, so people can click on it and get directed to whatever streaming service you are using. So it'll aggregate all of the community together instead of having those people that are separated, like Stone Mountain on Facebook,
yeah,
or some of the popular names on YouTube, and bring them all together so that the whole community can talk and share about what they're doing. So that's like the biggest thing, and having that content, the video content that we want to aggregate to it, to bring it so that your YouTube videos will showcase and your Twitch videos will all be in like one unified content or video content area. So
That'd be nice. It's
yeah,
basically taking all the crap you have to weed through, putting it all in the same place so you don't have to go to multiple websites.
yeah,
yep,
Yeah.
and that's it, and monetizing on it is going to be a hard step, because a lot of the royalties will have to go to some of these websites, but we do have plans in mind that will still make it where we can pay our workers and create a profiting business. So
Good.
I'm so in. Like, there's so many little things that I can think of that, just off the bat, for example, I'm into some esports for some games, and there you just have to like go digging sometimes for like what teams are in what place, who won this game, who won that game, and you go to these random sites that are reporting on it. But it'd be nice to have just one app or one just place to go where you're just like, oh, you can click Rocket League and you know exactly who's beating who, and it's all right there for you. So
yeah, and it's going to be hard, because there are some succeeding companies that are slowly gaining tractions just for like a certain feature like that, and taking their audience and making it where people want to come to us because we have it all. Not just that, we also would have statistics on games and all the kills you've gotten, and become a database for everything you've done in gaming, and creating memories too, like. One thing that really sucks to me is all of the memories I've created on like old games like Halo back when I was younger. They're all gone. Like, I don't
Right.
have that content anymore to like show anybody. So
yeah,
even implementing a feature like Facebook that has like a memories feature, that like over 3 years, something new that might have been viral a long time ago will re-pop up on your feed for people to say like, remember when this happened, and it'll all be gaming focused content. I feel like that is going to be huge for the gaming industry. So
yeah, for sure. So other than that, do you have any kind of like voice over IP planned, like implemented, like Discord or?
oh man, so man, you just had to ask that one, huh? We don't want to compete. So I feel like we don't want to compete with Discord. We already know Discord is the champ.
Yeah,
Right.
So So they're going to be one of our biggest competitors in that sense, where they could take some of even our concepts and start instead go away from being just a chat app.
Right.
Right.
And so instead, I mean, hopefully down the road, if this takes off, we'll be looking to reach out to Discord to be kind of like the messenger to our Facebook type of deal. You
That'd
know,
be awesome.
that's the dream, is to have it where Discord will be an interface inside GameHub that you could still have all of your friends connected and chat and talk. But obviously, this is just talk. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
like having this actually happen will be down the road if we ever receive the investment we're looking for, and get all the stars to align to have all of that happen.
That's the
Yeah.
end goal.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely getting around, um, your Twitter wasn't created too long ago, and you're getting a big following, and people are excited about it. Obviously, I reached out to you because, as soon as I heard about it, I was like, man, that sounds amazing if it can happen, you know? So,
Yeah, so our biggest thing is getting traction, getting enough numbers. We do have an app coming out that will be a limited feature in here in the next month or two that will help get traction and downloads so that we can present to investors who are willing to fund the entire project and the entire platform. So
yeah.
that first feature is going to be we have two coming back to back. The first one is going to be like a patch note notifier, which will allow you to download or you'll download the app on the App Store on Android or iPhone, and it'll be where you can look at all of the game list, see what games you want patch notes for if you're a competitive player, and whether it's Fortnite, PUBG, Blackout. And you can just hit subscribe, and you can walk away from the phone. And anytime a patch note comes out, it will just instantly ding your phone. And we want it that way so that we can finally have an industry standard for patch notes instead of having it so scattered
Yeah.
throughout the interwebs right now. So
Is World of Warcraft patch notes going to be on there? Because that's
yes,
okay.
yep,
I'm sold. Like,
Yeah, I'm in.
sign me up.
I want it.
yep. We have the back end working right now, so it's grabbing all of the data and is ciphers through it. So we're building the front end right now, so it looks decent, and it has that first application. And we'll have it where a good 20 to 30 games will hit launch, and then we'll keep updating it. So any new game that comes out with that is a patch note focused game, we'll keep it up to date. So
Dope.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, yep.
Awesome. So, how did you, like, what was the dream, I guess? Like, how did you come up with GameHub? Like, in the very beginning, what made it spark to where you're like, I need to do this?
Man, it's one of those cheesy things, that it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up from like a dead sleep. I'm not even kidding. And like it just triggered in my head that like why doesn't this exist? And like I don't understand why it hasn't been tried. And it has been tried from a couple companies that have failed. And so I looked at them and I'm like, I need to create this and do something better. But it all stemmed from doing. I tried streaming earlier last year for like a month or two,
Mm-hmm.
and I just knew having a full time job, I couldn't put in the effort I was hoping for.
Right.
So
Yeah.
being part of the streaming world and trying to learn everything about it, I learned that there was a lot of opportunity and things that just need to change if this industry is going to grow. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, right now that's a big complaint on a lot of smaller streamers is that Twitch itself is very hard. Like, they have no room for growth if you're just on Twitch. So you have to diversify. You have to go to social media and all that. And there really isn't a place to grow your channel other than networking. Not saying like GameHub would necessarily fix that, but it would definitely be something that would help.
And that's a feature we'll definitely have to come up with, is better better recognition of smaller streamers and figuring out ways to discover people that you'll be interested in. So that'll be a huge area of improvement for GameHub in the future. So
Yeah. Have a scout that just looks at smaller streamers and be like, this guy needs to be featured, and just put him on the front page. Kind of like Twitch, except they do it with medium streamers. They don't necessarily go for small streamers for their feature. Don't they only feature partners?
I think so. Yeah,
They give them like
not even affiliates.
I don't think they.
I don't remember that.
I don't think they showcase affiliates on the front page.
because they let them know like they if you're a partner, they could do affiliates. I'm not sure, but I know when you're a partner, they tell you like, hey, your day this year is June 16th at 4 p.m. We're gonna have you up there for an hour. So that's kind of how it works. You're like there, and you get a bunch of people watching you, way more than usual.
Mm-hmm.
And then it usually just falls back off.
And there's those websites too that you sign up for, and it cycles through small streamers, so that small user base will land on it at some point in time. Like I think it's through like a lottery system or whatever, and then all of a sudden you'll get a spike of a couple hundred streamers. So
Yeah.
which is pretty cool because you do gain some followers from that, and some people really do like your stream if you are producing some good content. So
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think there is a ton of talent. A lot of it just unrecognized just because of people's size. But if they were just given that moment to be exposed, then it would just help them so much into going into partner and beyond. So
yeah. So even like another feature that that will help with this is we don't necessarily want a game store, but we do want like a game catalog where you can browse different games, and it'll have basically a database of everything about that game you need to know or that you should know. So you click on, let's say, God of War for PS4. You'll see every streamer, whether they're on Facebook, Twitch, or whatever. You'll see if they're streaming, and they'll have like a clip of their stream, and you can browse through them. You'll see reviews from all the users from GameHub with like a star rating or Zelda heart rating or something like
Right.
that will give you all the reviews for the games, and then you'll see current news from whatever sources that you enjoy, Kotaku, PC Gamer, stuff like that are related to that game, and then and in areas you can buy, and of course a button you can press that will say subscribe to patch notes if it had that. So
Right.
just doing that, I feel like having it where it isn't just like Twitch, where you click a game and it's just streaming. It'll have a lot more social network aspects to it. That will just cater to the tools a gamer needs. So
yeah. So what did you do? What did you do before? Before you had this idea?
So right now, we are doing this. I have a team of 4. We're doing it as a moonlight job. So we still do have our careers right now. And right now, I'm a prototype engineer for General Motors
Nice.
in Detroit. So
Wow. So like what? Like just off topic, I guess, from GameHub for a second. So what do you do? Like, do you make prototypes for cars?
yes.
No, General Motors makes scooters, dude.
Yeah, we're actually making, it's prototype. We're making flying cars, man.
No, just
Give it the times, man.
made me sound real stupid there, Nathan. I know it's for like cars, but I'm saying, are they like working on some new prototype, like electric cars, or like, is it just like the next model? Is that kind of the thing?
It's usually just that we do get some of the cool projects in too that aren't discussable, but it's usually just the newest version of like a line that's already out. So we'll be doing like the new trucks, the new cars that are 2 or 3 years out that we're testing and building and just getting them ready for production. So
now this may be something you're not allowed to talk about, but I heard from somewhere, I don't know if I read it, somebody told me about it, but I was told that General Motors was going to stop producing trucks. It's just going to be passenger cars, and then you would have your I don't remember what kind of truck, like not a semi, but like the bigger work trucks, but like all the other trucks and SUVs and stuff are going away.
So I think you might have heard it backwards.
Oh, there we
So
go.
they're getting rid of every passenger car, and that's confirmed. They already have the articles out, and they are only selling giant, like large trucks and SUVs.
So the Camaro
Um,
is gone.
Only the sports cars will remain, and I think one of the sedans are going to remain as well. But they've already shut down four or five plants that produce the other cars that we're building.
Yikes.
So the trucks are what makes money,
Right.
and
Yeah.
since the economy is doing so well right now, that's why they're making that change so that people will buy larger vehicles, and the gas prices are down. So it really isn't affecting that kind of budget or anything. So.
Yeah,
Okay. I was concerned. Like they're doing away with sports cars and everything. Like that was gonna be a major hit to people
Nope,
that love Camaros and stuff like that.
they're getting out of passenger cars and working their way. Basically, all the companies are working their way into autonomous driving rideshare cars. I don't know what kind of business model they'll use, but either rent or Uber that will automatically come pick you up and stuff like that. So instead of owning a passenger car, I feel like the industry's kind of heading towards something like that in the next 20 to 30 years. So
Yeah, we're not even gonna be allowed to drive anymore. We're just gonna have some robot come pick us up and take us to work.
yeah.
it's up to you, man. I'd enjoy that. Every morning, 6 a.m., I just walk out my door and a car just pulls up to my walkway. Get in and fiddle with my phone until the ride to work drops me off at the front door at work, and you don't have a lot of cars parked in a parking lot anymore
They just need to learn how to
to go out
teleport,
to.
and then we don't even have to
Yeah.
worry about that.
Yeah, that's not in our lifetime, bud. No, but yeah, I mean, already with the Teslas, the self-driving Teslas, you just have to like monitor it, but you can pretty much sit there and like play video games on your phone and just kind of hold on to the steering wheel.
Or from Elon Musk, he wants to put video games in the Tesla, so he already put I think
There you go.
Pong and
My man, dude.
something else inside the Tesla computer or the center stack. So
Didn't he put something like really weird into the car, like the ability to do something like
I've heard of tons of things. I've even heard like car can fart.
yeah, that's it. That's what it was.
So
I didn't want to
like
say it because I didn't want to sound stupid again. But yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was that it could fart, and it's like a feature, and he's proud of it. And I'm like, what the hell? That's so random.
Yeah.
But that's pretty funny.
Yep.
In before GameHub has a feature to fart.
Nah. we're gonna keep it cool a little bit. I don't know. And that's the hardest part though, man. Going viral, like
Yeah.
how does one go viral with something like this and get the especially in like a concept stage, we got to find the right investor who's willing to, put in that first initial push to get the
Right.
the product built.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man. I mean, I think obviously if you were to go like a marketing route to get it advertised out there, it would take a lot of money, but obviously having the big streamers use GameHub would be insane for GameHub. That would just bring
yeah.
everybody on board.
And one of our strategies was grabbing streamers from the beginning, and we reached out to a ton of them, and we so far in the last month we've set up interviews with a lot of them, and we did achieve one top 100 streamer from Twitch that I'm not allowed to say here, but they did sign a letter of intent that they're willing to completely back us for a partnership.
Good.
Once we receive investment and we're able to pay like the share that we agreed upon. So
That's badass.
So
yeah.
Yep. So we are setting that up, and we're hoping that's a domino effect. Once we get the one, we'll get more and more, and hopefully achieve like 5 to 10 that are willing to back us and spread the word. But first, we have to get the initial investment before they are even willing to do that. So
Yeah. What are some of the strategies? Is it like Kickstarter, or what are some of the strategies to actually funding this thing?
So if you guys really like this concept and anybody listening too, we do have a GoFundMe page going, GoFundMe.com/GameHubGG. That we have a goal in mind to help start the initial product, and it gives you a kind of a lowdown of what we're trying to build and some of the features. So if you guys are interested, that we do have that going right now, and we'll be hitting a Kickstarter kind of towards the end. We're doing like a marketing campaign for as much as we can right now. So in the next 3 months, towards the end, we'll do the Kickstarter because they only allow you to do a 30 to 60 day campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that we'll be doing too.
All right. Well, there it is.
There it is.
So another thing we were talking about before the podcast is the name. Like, where did you come up with GameHub? Why GameHub?
It happened the same day that I thought of the concept, and I was just thinking, like, what could I call something like this? And I wanted something that just whatever it is, it told you what it is basically from the scratch. And I knew
Right.
that was going to be hard to find because the domain's probably already taken, or it's trademarked, or something like that, that it won't allow us to use this. But as far as I can tell, the website right now, GameHub.com, we reached out to the owner of it, and they have owned it for like 25 years,
What
and
the
is
heck?
looking for an insane amount of money
What?
for it, and they are not selling it. So
Man, those are the dickheads, like the people in video games that will go on and like steal all like the top streamers' names, steal all the, like the super popular names, and then you contact them and you have to buy it from them. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Yep, he bought it for like probably 99 cents back in '99 or something like that, and is just looking to capitalize on it. So,
What a dickhead. I hope he
but
listens to this.
because of that, I think that's the reason why a game hub, like a large corporation or product, has not been released with that name,
Mm-hmm.
because of this dude blocking those types of things. But now, since gaming, a lot of the websites are using .gg as even their main site, that it gives us kind of an opportunity to not even have to use that .com until we can pay for some type of site like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of esports organizations use .gg. So it's definitely like it's almost, I mean, it is a gamer term. So
It makes more sense, honestly.
yeah. Yeah. It's good. I like it.
For sure, guys.
But so this is another thing that maybe you won't know right now because of it's not like a completely finished product yet. But um, what kind of background memory is it going to require to run? Because that's one thing that I'm worried about is like if I'm playing a game, is it gonna take a lot of memory or CPU to kind of run it in the background with all these features that are so good? Like, will it actually bog down a computer?
Well, so it depends on what route we go with it. And I'm going to answer this to the best of my knowledge. But there'll be a lot that I might be off on. But with uh, with that, we basically should be doing it as a web application. So really, none of it will be running on your computer for most of the features. But if we do start getting into like statistic grabbing, or like trying to pull data of how many wins you have, things like that from games, then we may have to actually build a desktop app that runs like Discord or something
Right.
like that. That will be almost like an overlay for the game. And we haven't really got into that too much because that is kind of further off. That would be a few months after we get investment that we'd start building the app in that type of sense of how it would run and focus on a computer. So
Yeah. I mean, is part of the funding to also expand your team to, you know, get it done faster, or do you actually already have all the team you need to get it done?
no, so right now that's why the only reason we're only doing like one feature at a time to kind of release is because for it takes a lot to build something
Right.
like this. So yeah, basically answer your question. The funding would go to build like a giant, not a giant team, but a team that will effectively do it. You need like lawyers and marketers and things like that as well that will have other jobs other than actually development of the product. So, but yeah, we'd have to get a little bit larger of a team, and we'd also be able to quit our day jobs so that we can focus on this full time.
Yeah, that's a big thing. People don't realize how much, like, when you can go full time on something, how much more you can get done. Just being able to do that and make it good. So,
yeah, man, if we were already full time, we would probably already been halfway done building it with the 4 guys that we have. So
That's so crazy.
you
that's
just
what,
live out of a
yeah.
basement. It's cool. Like, can't you buy a house in Detroit for like $5 now?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. We are outside the outskirts of Detroit, but yeah, if we wanted to, we probably could. And and it might get to that point. We might say, we're getting a lot of initial feedback from this first marketing campaign we're trying to push, and if people are like really liking the concept and idea, it might be enough for us to go, okay, it's time to risk it all and put everything in. So
8 Mile style.
there you go, man.
Was that from Detroit?
Yeah, dude. 8 Miles in Detroit.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm sorry. Like, this is probably gonna be bash on Nathan time, but I've never seen 8 Mile, so.
Oh my God, what is wrong?
You knew Eminem was a Detroit rapper, right?
Yeah.
I knew he was a white rapper. I didn't. I knew he was from the
Well,
States.
obviously, man. Jesus Christ.
I didn't know exactly where he was from. No.
I thought that was common knowledge. I guess not.
Jesus. Oh man.
Hey, I haven't seen 8 Mile. That's probably the only reason why people know.
Speaking of movies, so John Wick 3. You said only one of you has seen the
I
trailer?
saw the trailer this morning. Like, I was on break. My younger brother works with me, and we were on break, and he started playing it. And I kind of turned my head, and I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "It's John Wick 3." I was like, "All right, all right."
Did you start it over? Or did you
no.
just watch for
I just watched from where he had it, so I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. But it looks so good.
It does. They're doing everything right, even with that trailer. So,
Like, Keanu Reeves, he does God's work with those movies. Like, it's so good. Have you seen any of them, son?
No, I haven't seen any John
God.
Wick movies.
See,
what are you doing?
exactly. That's worse than not seeing 8 Mile.
That is true. It probably is worse. But this is the thing. It's not that I wouldn't enjoy it, because I do like action movies, but it's Keanu Reeves, man.
What, you don't like him?
What's that?
It's not that I don't like him. I just think that there's better people that could be in that role.
Dude, no. Like,
Man, I'm leaving this podcast.
Hold on. No, like, maybe he does a wonderful job with John Wick. I'm just, because I haven't seen John Wick, I'm just taking his other.
Matrix?
The Matrix was wonderful. That's the only one though. Like, go to Constantine. There's some cringy moments in there, man. Or go to Point Break. Jesus Christ. Have you ever seen Point Break?
No, I haven't.
I probably haven't. I'm not remembering.
It's where he's like an undercover cop, and he's like chasing Patrick Swayze, which is a surfer, and they're like the dead presidents.
How old is that movie?
It's like 95, but it's horrible.
Well, everybody was horrible in 95.
Dude, no, Patrick Swayze was good. All right?
Yeah, somebody I was just talking to a friend who was like Keanu Reeves, like, he's not even relevant anymore. I'm like, well, have you seen John Wick? They're like, what's that?
Oh my God.
That's why you don't. That's why they're not relevant to you anymore.
Also, I don't want to shit on Keanu Reeves too much, because like, IRL, like, away from acting, he's a really like philanthropic person. Like, he's a really good person.
I don't even know what philanthropic or whatever you just said means. So
that was a good word drop, man.
I don't
whip out the dictionary or something.
I don't honestly know if that word is.
Give us a second. One second.
I honestly don't.
Is that a word?
I honestly don't even know if it is a word, but I know, like,
philanthropic.
Is it a word? I gotta know now. Philanthropic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you said it right, but yeah, it's a word.
Yeah.
Philanthropic. Yeah.
It's a person that participates in philanthropy. Like,
I don't even know what philanthropy. Let's just continue.
Like
on.
a person that donates money and like he's very charitable.
Oh, okay.
Likes the welfare of others, basically.
Yeah.
Promotes the welfare of others.
Yeah. So I know he's a really good person, and yes, The Matrix was amazing. But it seemed like even in John Wick, from what I've seen, like, you know, previews and pieces of the movie, he plays the same guy in every movie. He's that serious, too serious kind of guy in every movie.
Yeah. Something about it though, you know. You just want to see that same guy.
But all
these different
I've
roles.
heard about John Wick is like his dog dies and he's really like pissed about it and he kills people.
Hey, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hasn't John Wick been out for like 10 years now?
I don't think it's that old. I think
it's a few years.
Yeah. But it's super good. Like even Anna enjoyed it. Like she likes action movies, okay, but she enjoyed it. It's really good. You'll just have to watch it.
I will. Yeah, I'll have to watch it, and then I'll watch John Wick 3 with you and hold your hand. How about that?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm not going to see scary movies with you though, so.
Oh, that's okay. I don't need you to.
Good.
But other than that, the other movies that are coming out this year, I mean, the only ones I'm really excited for are like Marvel movies.
There's one more, man. Come on.
Hold on. Now you're making me think here a second.
I think it's this year.
Because I know like Endgame, obviously.
Let me say it's one sec. It's a little tiny rat.
Ratatouille?
Wait, little tiny.
Detective Pikachu, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
May 10th. Come on, guys.
Yeah. I already forgot about it, but it was good. I really want to see it.
I think it would have been. I think you might have said this, but I think it would have been funnier had, what is his name? The guy that's voicing him,
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, if Ryan Reynolds was like Pikachu's partner and somebody else was doing Pikachu's voice, I think that would have been funnier.
I agree.
But
yeah, I could see that. It's really weird that he's doing the voice just because he's so known for Deadpool right now. So it's like that's all you associate with Pikachu.
Yeah.
Is that
when
Pikachu's Deadpool?
Yeah, that whole that whole trailer. That's all I was thinking about. Is like, you know, Deadpool is also animated, and you know he's CG in the movies, like his face, his facial expressions, and all that. So. It's just like you just associate his voice automatically and you expect him to say something dirty.
Yeah.
Is it bad that that's all you wait for? Is like, come on, we're just cussing Pikachu here. Like,
is this PG-13 or R? Do we know?
Please get us a rated R.
Probably not.
I'm gonna say it's PG-13. I think.
I would hope it's at least PG-13.
Why would they though? You think they would? It's like a Pokemon movie. Why would they make it PG-13?
True. They're going to keep it PG.
Probably.
Wait, no, it's... Well...
I mean, Pokemon it's I guess you could call it violent, like in Pokemon battles.
Yeah. And maybe most of the audience that is still into it. I'm not in with what the kids are into if Pokemon's as huge as it was.
I guarantee you all the people that are going to go see it are... in their late 20s, early 30s that played it on Game Boy. Like that's who's going to see it.
Get out of the way.
Exactly.
This is my movie.
Those are the ones that are going to watch the new Toy Story 2.
I think that would be a really good genre of movies. That's just like people don't realize how hilarious it would be to bring out a rated R Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of that stuff. Obviously, like the creator isn't on board. Like, yeah, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna.
Yeah, the image they don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want the image, but.
Well, I know a lot of the cartoon movies. You have like Shrek and the little yellow people. Help me
Minions.
out here. Yeah, the Minions. What? Incredibles? No. What is that movie?
Minions.
Is it called the Minions?
No, it came from
Despicable.
Yeah,
Despicable Me. Yeah.
Despicable Me. Yeah.
So all those movies have like a bunch of adult references in the movies. And it's the humor for the adults that are taking their kids to see it. But it would be hilarious if it was just an adult movie.
Yeah.
But like I remember when there was a movie that came out, I think it was just called Minions.
Yeah.
And I went and saw it with my wife and her sister and our nephews and my mother-in-law. And like they were walking around and like their little butt cracks were sticking out of like their swim trunks, and there was a part where like the minion was wearing like a Speedo or like a man thong, and like all the moms in the theater just immediately got mad. Like you could just feel the anger. Like, I can't believe I brought my kid to watch this movie.
Yep.
I was like, oh God.
But I think that's why like Deadpool was so successful.
Yeah.
Because like you have all these Marvel movies and they're serious, you know, they have their comic relief obviously, but then they bring out a full-fledged rated R Marvel movie that's just like jokes the whole time, and it was amazing.
Well, I was actually really surprised that during Christmas they re-released it in theaters as PG-13 or
Yeah,
PG,
PG-13.
PG-13. Yeah, so they cut it out so the kids could watch it, uh, as like a special event or a special movie event or something, and that was really I've never seen. Maybe I missed it, but I've never seen that ever happen in the industry before.
No,
So.
I think that's the first time they've ever re-released a movie with a lower parental rating on it for people to watch. But that's what makes the whole
That's so
movie.
smart. Well, I mean, it's so smart for them to do that, but yeah, I get what you're saying. But
like
if you're a kid and your parents aren't letting you watch it, but
I think well, okay, so Fox just sold the rights to Deadpool and X-Men and all that to Marvel. So that potentially means they could start bringing X-Men and Deadpool into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And sorry, that means that like I think it would have been better if Deadpool randomly showed up in like Endgame or something.
That'd be awesome.
And he's trying to say the F word and he can't. And he knows it.
It
like
just cuts
it like
it out.
breaks.
Like the scene changes right when he's about to say it.
Yeah, or like or he just says like, "Did you just bleep me?" or something like. And all the other characters don't know what's going on, but you're just breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah,
like that would have been hilarious. But so
yeah.
But yeah, so that Endgame obviously, and then the new Spider-Man movie just I don't know if you saw the trailer of that just a few days ago. It came out.
Yeah. Yep, that was crazy too. I might be too opinionated on this. I don't know about it. I think it's weird that they're filming it in London.
What
that's where
the
the story
heck?
plot is, or in the UK.
I
So
think I do think it's odd as well, because like Spider-Man's always been
American heroes, dude. Like
the
Marvel
neighborhood Spider-Man.
Well,
I
UK
wonder if
has
they did it
neighborhoods.
just for Tom Holland so that he could film easier to home. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic movie. The first one was really good.
Yeah, and I'm not too mad about that, because they brought in like one of my favorite Spider-Man villains of all time, and he's played by Jake Gyllenhaal. So
Who is it?
Mysterio.
Don't know who that is.
He's the guy with like the fishbowl head.
And
does like magic stuff.
Yeah, he's like magic.
He
has a cape.
I don't know.
And they made him look like badass and like almost exactly like the comics. So it made me excited, because usually they fuck up the suit like really bad.
I always forget that Spider-Man is Marvel. I always think he's DC because he fits in.
He's not dark enough to be DC, dude.
I don't know. What DC is?
Venom, man. What the hell are you talking about?
Venom's Marvel too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's one of Spider-Man's.
I guess whenever I think
you said it wasn't dark enough, I was like, oh, there you go. That's dark enough.
That is true. But like, they just came out with a Venom movie, and then they didn't make it a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because it was like a Venom DC style movie.
Spider-Man feels more DC to me. Like when I think
maybe Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
I think that's the last time I saw Spider-Man was Tobey Maguire.
Well, there you
go. The first one.
You didn't see Homecoming? What the hell?
No, I didn't. I'm not a Spider-Man fan. Like I think that's why I always loop them in with like the Batman and Superman and stuff, because I don't really care for that part of comics. I mainly care for, the Iron Man, Thor, all that kind of Marvel stuff. So
Avengers
basically is the only thing I care about.
You just like Iron Man. You just like Robert Downey Jr.
I like Robert Downey Jr. That's probably what it is. Yeah.
So, if you don't mind, switching topics to the, one of the things that was in the news recently was back to gaming. Um, Rocket League has switched to. They were always cross-platform, but they finally made it where like the matchmaking system will match you to each platform in Rocket League, which is another good feat for anybody that's pushing the cross-platform agenda, aka GameHub. So uh, having that is great because that is one of the big key features of GameHub 2 is that we want to push that agenda so that you can finally send invites to friends who might be on like Nintendo Switch or Xbox and they want to play a game that is cross-platform or want to play a game that they want to switch over to on a different platform. You can still send the invite and get the notification.
If you
Which
guys,
would be great.
if you guys can make the industry go cross-platform, like I'll give you as much money as I possibly can. Like
That is our big agenda. So.
I hate not being able to play because I'm a PC gamer. Like I don't even have a console. I think I have a 360 here somewhere. It's under a whole bunch of crap. Like I just don't play consoles anymore. And like I everybody else that I know except for my like close friends and family are console gamers, and I don't get to play with them anymore because I spend so much money on keeping a PC up to date to play. I don't waste the money on consoles. So like having all the companies go cross-platform to where you can play, whatever you're playing with somebody that's on Xbox would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, and it is going that way. I feel the future of gaming 10, 15 years from now is going to be where most third-party games that are on all platforms will be where you can at least play some type of match with other people on the different consoles.
Like this is the thing is you said that about Rocket League just now, and I'm a huge Rocket League player.
Nerd.
And I have seen that where now I can play against every console player, but I still can't party with them. Like Steam doesn't work with PlayStation or anything like that. Like I would have to, like if my brother wanted to play Rocket League with me on his PS4, he would have to like happen to get in the same queue as me.
Ooh, that sucks.
So I mean, it's not fully like cross-platform yet to the sense of like you can party up, you can do rank together from console to PC, unless they recently changed that because like super recent because I've been playing it like even a week ago. So
no, but that's literally what GameHub's all about. So having that universal friends list to be able to manage that will be what we're pushing, is making it where you can party with those other people and talk and chat. And hopefully we could do those partnerships with Discord and make it where that's all entwined together, and it would be really sweet to do that. I mean, Discord, that's why I was saying that they might be a big competitors because they were the first ones to make the push to where Discord is now on Xbox and PC.
Oh, is it really? I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it happens middle of last year, and they made it where you can talk and get in parties in Discord and on Xbox and PC. So the moment that they go PS4 as well, they're already at a competitive advantage. But they're always going to be just a chat, or known for a chat and party app. So
yeah, I mean, I remember, when Discord first came out, I was still using like TeamSpeak and Ventrilo for my like voice, and at first I actually hated the format of Discord. I didn't like the chat. I didn't like the whole like room and you had to download it. I liked it was free, but at first it also didn't have great servers. But over time it's definitely become superior over anything like it. But I think that's a really really good goal to have, like the whole cross-platform thing, but I don't know if that's possible with like how companies are.
Yeah,
like
yep.
Like you go to Steam and you're like, hey Steam, do you want to work with us to work with PS4? And they're just like, no. Like that, what's in it for them kind of thing. More people are going to go to other platforms, maybe. So like they may look at it that way. But
Yep. Well, you got to make it where if you can spark it enough, and it might be an impossible goal. But I don't think so. I think it's possible to do, and it's just going to take time for the companies to break down.
yeah,
So we keep fighting the agenda, and the consumers want it. They always will do what the consumer wants at the end.
yeah.
Unless they're Blizzard Entertainment.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
sorry.
Yeah. So
Throwing some shade.
yeah, you didn't have to bring up that example. So yeah, but unless they're Blizzard Entertainment, so but but even then, think about it. Blizzard, Activision just let Bungie go, or they're letting
Right.
them go
Mhm.
on their own. So there you go.
It's actually Activision that's the bad guy, and Blizzard just needs to leave them.
That's true.
But that's not going to happen. But anyway, man, so we're getting close to an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and get us into our random question of the day segment to start closing things off.
Sure.
This is a little like off topic since we haven't actually talked much about it so far in the podcast, but do you think Twitch is the end game streaming service? Like right now it's the platform for streaming. Do you think something will come along that's going to be better than it and beat it out? Or do you think that it's just going to run its course for a very long time?
From what I see in the industry, one thing that is kind of like a silent killer, I feel like, is going to be YouTube. They already technically have the most gaming content, and they are winning in Twitch in terms of video and content and full length videos, and hours watched for gaming content.
Yeah.
So they have the strongest position to really push their live stream services in a way to make the industry, or to compete with Twitch. So, but I feel like if a concept like GameHub existed, they would a lot of them could mellow out, so they wouldn't matter what platform you stream on, because people could go to like a GameHub profile page and see you anyways, interact with everybody. So if a concept like GameHub existed, I could see Twitch being beat out by another company that might be always has been better, but just didn't have that traction to want to switch to that platform.
And that's exactly why you might see pushback, which sucks.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly it. But that's why when we do this, we want to make sure that each of those streaming platforms gets compensated. So any ads and forms like that, they would still get a large chunk of the ad revenue that would be for the game. So hopefully the pushback isn't as big as we'd hope, as long as we view it as partnerships and not competing against them. So
yeah, I mean, YouTube, like I don't know if I like them as a company, but or who owns them now? Google, right?
yeah, Google.
Yeah, I don't know if I like YouTube, but I do agree that if YouTube could just get their shit together on how they like their whole streaming UI, if they can just fix all that and make it Twitch like, I think they would take over. But
I don't know. Like, I think YouTube. The thing about Twitch is like when you think of live streaming, the first thing
Right.
you think about is Twitch.
Right.
So YouTube would have to be willing to invest into all those huge mainstream people and bring them to YouTube, and I think that's the only way that they'd be able to overtake Twitch.
Well, obviously Twitch is doing that to YouTube, because we had one of our guests that we had on got an email from Twitch. He was a YouTube streamer. They got an email from Twitch telling him like, "Hey, come over to Twitch. We'll make you a partner straight out. Just leave YouTube for streaming.
Just do it."
And he was like, "Well, hell yeah," and he did. So now he's on Twitch. But so yeah, Twitch is definitely putting money towards poaching.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's always the potential for another company to come out and beat out a competitor. But I think they're going to have. I mean, Twitch has backing of Amazon, so Like,
YouTube has backing at Google though.
Yeah, but I think
and Mixer has Microsoft. Like they all have big guys.
I think
It's just
Amazon is well, I don't know. I don't know if Amazon's bigger than Google at this point.
I think Jeff Bezos is worth more
than Google. Well, he's about to lose half of it, so.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Fucking low blow, dude.
And YouTube it. So I feel like the trend will happen if a competitor was ever to win. It has to do with the personalities.
Right.
And new personalities are going to arrive that people are going to love. So at some point, either they get some of those personalities that are really big now either get too old and stop streaming, and then somebody else takes their place. And it depends on what platform they're gonna gravitate towards.
Right.
That will shape the industry and what they use. So
yeah,
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
It's the new blood. The new blood will change the course. So
yeah. All right, man. Well, I had a lot of fun. I look forward to supporting GameHub, and I hope everyone listening does as well, because I would like for something like this to exist.
I appreciate it, guys. It's been a blast, and I really enjoy that you guys had me on and let me have the opportunity to explain GameHub to you guys. It was really fun.
Absolutely, man. Now, if people want to check out GameHub, I know you already mentioned the GoFundMe page. You can do so again, obviously, but where can they actually, go learn about it? Where can they follow you on social media, all that stuff? What are some plugs?
Yeah, so for our website, it'll kind of go over what our features are going to be and what we're trying to push, and that's gamehub.gg. And for Twitter and Instagram, it's GameHub at GameHubGG, and Facebook GameHub GameHub Social.
Okay.
And our GoFundMe is GoFundMe.com/GameHubGG. So if you guys like our concept, you guys enjoy it, any support, any liking, comment, sharing is great. We are doing a giveaway right now to help share the concept of a Nintendo Switch. That will end on.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm about to get in on that.
That ends on Valentine's Day, February 14th. That's when we'll do the drawing. So you guys, enter that through our Gleam link. So
there we go.
All right, sweet, man. Well, we will see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Thank you so much for listening to the episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and even if you didn't, we would love to hear your feedback, which can be sent to coldonepodcast@gmail.com or leave us a review on iTunes. It helps us gauge how we can make this podcast better for your enjoyment. If you would like to contact us, you can do that through our email or follow us on social media, which is @coldonepodcast for Twitter and Facebook. We are now on Spotify as well as most podcast apps in existence, but if you prefer to listen to it online, head on over to our website, actionsperminute.net, for the latest episodes, a link to the APM Network Discord, or to check out any of our APM-sponsored streamers. And lastly, if you like what we do, tell your friends and spread the good word. Thank you again, and remember, don't drink